I'm $29,119 into Whiteout Survival, and it's only day 151. Pretty soon, I'm going to be saying $30,000. Can you believe that? When I started this journey, I tried to play as an efficient whale, and my goal was to spend, I had some money that I earned off of TikTok Shop, and I wanted to parlay that into a gaming channel. I think I've successfully done that. The gaming channel's been doing well, but basically I thought I was going to take a fixed amount of money. I think it was $14,000 originally, and then I increased it to 16, and then I kept saying I'm increasing it a little bit here and there because of these events. Here I am now at $29,000, soon to be $30,000 into this account, and I'm having a blast. I'm having a lot of fun. The community that's kind of helping me along on this journey has been really great. I appreciate everything. Well, almost all the comments I get, I appreciate. Most of them are constructive. You know, it is the internet, so every now and then we get some random, baloney in there. But, it's been a fun ride, and the game itself has been fun. I still have so much to learn, but if you're interested in seeing this journey, if this is your first time watching me, this is what I'm all about. I'm just documenting my journey as I go, building a community around this. People are helping me, having fun watching me play. Some people join me because they get a nostalgia effect from remembering what it was like to go through the original journey. Some people like the transparency on the spending because you don't realize how much money you spend unless you actually track it, and I do track it very carefully. And I do try to make sure that I'm picking up, lessons learned as far as spending and stuff, and strategy, learning how to play the game. But that just takes time and skills and experience. But tonight we don't have an awful lot of interesting things to do other than some events to talk about and some spending to talk about. So let's just get into that. I think the main thing I'm going to do tonight is going to be experts. And again, because we have King of Icefield, I basically just want to get my basic points on this. And I've already got my pets pressed pretty good. I'm just waiting for the next pets to drop, essentially. I mean, I could press them a little bit more, but I'll save spending like that for SVS. I don't need to do it here. But I do want to press the experts a little bit more, not sigils, but at least books of knowledge and speed ups. So we'll look at the spending around that as well. The Chief Charms, I could do some more tonight and then offset it with spend, but I don't really want to do that right now because I want to save that as much as I can for SVS prep. And I'm doing good on the account right now, so I don't feel like I have a need to do that right now. So basically, for King of Icefield, it's going to be all about experts tonight. If we take a look at Lucky Wheel, I'm just kind of accumulating these now. I don't see a need to do anything with Lucky Wheel right now because I've already got Mia maxed, and I don't see the point in trying to unlock these little things just for the mythic manuals and stuff like this. I'm actually doing pretty good on getting my stockpile up for the next generation, so I think I'm going to be doing fine on that. And then the rest of the events are just kind of standard things I don't really need to cover in any detail. If we look at the calendar, we do have the Dreamscape coming up, and then we have Wild Brawl coming up, which I haven't played before, so I'm going to have to do a little research on that. And we do have our internal castle that we'll use for practice, so I don't think I'm going to record this one. It's just going to be like an internal handover and doing some practice. So that's what we got coming up. I did miss, as I thought I would, I missed Frostfire Mine because the way they put it on the schedule, it's like, you get one day and all these slots, and those slots never seem to work with my work schedule, so I totally missed it. But let's take a look at some spending now. So Dawn of Wisdom, I'm at the phase right now where I am going to need sigils more than anything else. But it is also true that, I'm going to need some knowledge, books of knowledge and speed ups. And tonight I'm going to need some books of knowledge and speed ups. So because I'm basically going to offset what I'm going to do for King of Icefield with some spending. So that's the way I feel that I make myself have a clean conscience that I spent something outside of SVS, but then I spent to cover. So I'm going to buy this at the $50 mark with the speed ups and the books of knowledge. And then at the $100 mark, I'm going to come back to the sigils, and I'm going to grab this for the sigils. And just because tonight is kind of focused on experts, and that's actually putting more in the bank for SVS as well. So then we come over to the custom pet chest, and I'm going to buy this again just at 1 pet food and some advancement materials at the $10 mark. And I'll just put that in the bank just to get a little bit more in the bank there. Training. I'm going to buy some training packs just up to the first 2, just because it's like a good VIP spend. And then charms. I'm definitely going to buy charms just at the $10 mark, and then I'm going to wait and see. I have to think about what I want to do here. The thing with charms is it's like I was talking about fire crystals the other day. They're just hard to get in bulk and high quantity, and I have some very specific goals. So I'm not gonna do all the look through the guides and see how much I need, but I have some goals that I want to get to for SVS. If I need to get some more to top off, I think I will get another opportunity to buy some more charms between now and then. So maybe I don't need to do it right away. But, you know, buying it up to the $10 mark is kind of a no-brainer. And actually the same thing with the fire crystals. Even though this isn't the best value in the game, buying it up to the $10 mark to me is like a kind of a no-brainer. And then we'll take the daily deals. See if I get lucky. Oh, got a little bit of luck on that one. And then just do these claims here. And then we'll get to the other side. Oh, what did I... Yeah, the Gear Weekly card I got to renew. All right. And that's all we got going on in the kind of the standard shop there. We take a look at the deals section. Not a lot going on here this week. So essentially I'm just going to make these claims and move on. So just make these claims. And get out of here. And then we got the Dreamscape Memory, which I'm not going to play this on camera because the way I record is on a tablet, and it's too much motion. When these get going fast, it's too much motion. I'm going to tell you honestly, I don't particularly like this event, and it's not because of the memory required. The reason I don't particularly like this event is because I'm going to unlock this though. It does have some decent value in here, and it is nice to get the island decorations unlocked and things like this if I can. You know, keep on progressing that, and maybe someday the city. But it's just the way it works is that as you get more and more advanced levels, it's clear that the only way to win is by spending, because they make them so fast you can't possibly complete the level. Now, if it was something a little bit more competitive where it was like, you know, you had a chance at winning, but it becomes very clear, that there is no way to win the level without spending. And that's what I don't like about this event the most. So I'm going to buy this, you know, a couple levels. I think I'll buy it up to 20, and I'll just sit there for now. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Because I don't like this event all that much, I think I'll just buy it up to 20, unless I feel like I'm right on the cusp of something. I'll buy it up to the 20. I'll do what I can to, you know, keep on going down Recall Road and see how that works, and try to unlock it. But I'm not going to play this on camera because it's too hard to do on camera. But essentially that's what I'm going to be doing with Dreamscape Memory. So let's take a look at the experts, because this is something somebody mentioned a kind of a trap I fell into. I looked at this, but I didn't look at it carefully enough, obviously. So I started the training on this 1 heart skill because I wanted the rally capacity. And I'm going to go ahead. This is one of the reasons I bought the speed ups, so I can do this kind of without guilt. But I bought this, or I started researching this because I wanted to upgrade this skill. But it says total expert skill level 12. And if you look, when I looked at the skills, I see this one's 5, and then 3, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to these guys, and I will learn these ones to bump this up a little bit more. Let's see, what do I need to, right here. So I'll bump this up. And now upgrade that skill. And okay, so you need to be total expert skill 30. So I read it wrong. So essentially that's showing you the expert skill you need on the right hand side, and the level 13 is where I'm at right now. So it does mean what it means. It's like what you see on the screen is the level, but I was reading the user interface incorrectly. You need to be at level 30 before doing that. So yeah, I should have not have pressed that until much farther, because I'm going to have to be at level 30 on the rest of these before I can even consider doing that upgrade. So that's a little bit of a bummer. That's going to take some time. Let's take care of this guy. Whoops. Do this way. All right. And then we'll get these both at 2% that way. But man, that is quite the grind then, because I'm now only at 14 out of 30. That means these guys got to be bumped up quite a bit before I can do anything more. So, you know, it is nice to get these extra bumps, but really the one I wanted was this one. I wanted the enhanced rally capacity, and it's going to be, you know, that means I got to get these 3. Well, yeah, that means I got to get these 3 to a total of 25. So probably 2 of these to 10 and one of them to 5 or something like that. This one is a nice bonus, but these it's just basically this is a resource. This is getting more free troops, but these are actual stats. So to me, that's worth a little bit more. But let's see. We'll do a little bit more here. I don't want to go too crazy. I'm already going a little bit more crazy than I planned on. And I'll upgrade this a couple levels. All right. The main reason I'm doing this tonight is just because I wanted to press Romulus a little bit. I didn't have a lot else to do content-wise. I did want to press Romulus a little bit, and I did just spend a whole bunch of money on experts, so I feel, you know, like it's okay to spend a little bit here outside of SVS because I've got plenty else in the tank for other things. And this was just a way for me to get Romulus bumped up a little bit. So there you go. He's a lot of 17 out of 30, but that's going to take quite a while. So let's see. The next thing, I think this is where I want all my energy to be focused right now, though. So I think the next thing to do is, let's see. I'll push on the health and lethality, I guess, and just get that going in the tank. Just get that started and let that sit. I'm sure that's more than enough points that I needed for King of Icefield today, but let's go check that out. And you know, I've got this gets debatable. Like, you know, I've got Holger in a spot. Like, I'm gonna wait to do any more significant pushing for SVS, but I just wanted to do a little bit more with Romulus tonight. Get him to nice round even numbers with 2%. But let's take a look at this event. Yeah, all right, so almost 1 million, more than I needed to do, but feels good to get Romulus leveled up a bit and get a little bit of a bump on the power. So we'll finish off these troops. They're almost done anyways. Let's get them all in sync. And I'll just do one more round of infantry there. And there we go. Now we're at an even 268. And that's decent. That's a good place to be for the night. Now the other thing we can do tonight is press Labyrinth and see how that goes. I don't think Cave of Monsters has much that I've done since I last was in here, but I can't recall exactly. But we'll give this a shot. And I'm going to use the standard, let's see. This is 50, 15, 35 by default. Maybe I'll cheat it a little bit. See how that goes. Yeah. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't see much going on here that I can do anything about. So, I don't know. Seems to be... See if that does anything different. Nah, not really. Maybe we need more Lancers. Just messing around with it now at this point because nothing else seems to be working. Yeah, this isn't gonna do much. So probably because I didn't press much on. Let's see how that goes. Actually, yeah, let's just see how that goes. I don't know. It didn't seem to matter much one way or the other. But I don't think I pressed Cave much since. But that's where we're sitting. That's where we're sitting in Cave of Monsters right now. So, you know, still doing all right, but I wish I can figure out a way to get another level out of it. But I think it's not until I press the pets more, we're not getting anything else. Let's see, Charm Mine. And I believe this one is, this is a standard 50, 20, 30. But what I've been told is that, like, cheating this a little bit in, you know, it says that it only uses your chief charm stats, but it seems to be that sometimes, like, depending on how you're, well, maybe it's not this one. Some of them, it depends on what your expert is. That's probably why. The other one, I'm sorry, your heroes. So the ones that are based on heroes seems to be like, you know, goes with your hero gear as well. But this one isn't, so we'll just go with the standard and see if I can get a lucky. Essentially, right now, I'm just trying to get a lucky RNG because I'm not going to press my Chief Charms power at all. And I don't know if there's anything that I can do that's going to change this. I'm just going to try something wild just to see if it makes a difference at all. Yeah, it's not making a difference. Nothing that matters, actually. Yeah. So until I press my charms further, not going to be able to do anything there. So I thought I'd had a little bit there, but yeah, I didn't end up pushing anything since last time. And while we're talking about not making progress on anything, I'll tell you what, like, this is a very real grind here, the arena. I really still want to stay focused on my PvP, but I am so tempted to just whale out and start enhancing 2 more sets of gear because I'm getting sick of getting smacked down in arena. It really is frustrating because, you know, basically what's going on here is some of the top whales, like, I don't know, he's down here now, Satan. This dude here, and I've talked to him before, I think he even watches my content sometimes. I don't know how frequently, but basically these guys from 3796 that have these high, you know, hero gear amounts, they'll bond together, and last minute, like they've learned my sniping ways, and they'll go down all the way to like 20 seconds left, and they'll smack me, only me. So I'll be like making a good grind towards the top, and just to make sure that I don't make it to the top, like all 3 of them will hit me. So I'll have like 6 or 8 hits against me in the last 20 seconds of the game. So whatever, you know, all right, if it takes 3 of you to keep me down, fine. But that's what it's going to take because I'm coming for you every time. So, you know, but it is what it is, because unless I decide to just, like I said, like whale out and just go nuts and spend enough to get 2 more pieces of gear bumped up significantly, it's just going to have to be what it is for now. As long as I can do good for Castle and for my state, I think that's what I got to focus on right now. So let's just check the backpack and then check VIP. We'll just clear some of this out. Come on. See if I get lucky on this. 5, nope, no luck. And here's how the speed ups are looking overall. Still looking pretty good overall, but I have used some here and there for those experts. And then we'll just see how we do on the labyrinth chests. All right, grab that. I'll be able to convert that and just put these in the bank, and then we'll check on VIP. Actually, one more thing we'll do. Come into the heroes. Now been focusing on getting this gear up. So getting up there. We're at 28, almost 29 now. Soon we'll get to 39. It'll just take some time. We don't have any events to get the gear at a good rate yet, so that's just going to be the grind that it is. So let's just check in on VIP and see where we're at. I did do a lot of spending this week, but it's slowing down now. Got everything in the bank there. So, you know, it is a big grind to get to 1 million. So I think since I don't have a lot of other content tonight, I'll give it a couple spins tonight. Let's see. I'll do enough spins to get 1 puzzle piece, and we'll see. If I get it in 80, that's kind of typical. If I get it before 80, then that's kind of lucky. So I'm going to leave it on 10. I'm going to skip animation, and let's see how many spins it takes to get my first Frostsphere piece. This is going to be the first 10 spins. Here we go. All right, so that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. All right, that's been my typical rate right there. So I'll just put that one in the bank. There we go. We're up to 28 now. Not super good luck, kind of just is what it is. It is, like I said, if you look at the spinner though, the odds they tell you here is that it's, you know, you're only for the first 10 shards, you're guaranteed 1 in 80 spins. So I'm not getting the pity reward. from what I understand, because I keep on resetting every time I get to 80. So I am getting 1 in every 80 spins, it seems. Unless they change this and didn't update the dialogue, I do seem to be getting 1 in every 80. But this says that it's only guaranteed for the first 10. So I think I'm past the first 10. So I think I'm getting lucky by getting something before, 100, essentially. So I'm not getting the pity reward. So we'll leave that there, and we'll save those spins for days that we don't have a lot else going on, and I'll probably just do it just like that, so it gives us something to do when there's nothing else to do. And then in the meantime, I'll just let that sit. So that's all I got tonight, because I'm not going to do the Dreamscape Memory on camera. Like I said, when I play it on tablet, it's just too much of a distance to hit when things start going fast. I'm going to play that on my phone where the distance is smaller. The distance to move my finger to grab all the things quickly is smaller on my phone than it is on this big tablet. So that's all I have for you tonight. But if you want to continue to follow my journey and see how things go, see how the spending goes, and see how my evolution as a player in the game goes, you got to help me out by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and then turning on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you'll know about it right away. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later.